Yeah. Okay, so back down to a dollar bet and just bet on banker again. Okay. Well, I'm a little uncertain, so I'm gonna bet on player because it came up last. It's a $2 betting level. Yep. Yep. When in doubt, play whatever the last one to come up was. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep betting player for now. I'll go back to the dollar level. I think I'm gonna stop at 50 instead of 200 because I, just it's gonna. I don't want to sit here all day, and but I think it's fairly obvious that this does seem to work pretty well. Um, it's not like 100% mechanical. You're kind of using your own instincts a little bit, but you're analyzing what's come up, and you're trying to see if it's what kind of a trend it is that's forming. Is it a all player trend and all banker trend? Is it a player banker where it's back and forth one for one trend? Is it sometimes you get these trends of two of one, two of the other, two of one, two of the other, two of one. You see how long that went on? That went on a pretty long time for something that's like not just back and forth, but it does this. For some reason, the way that it determines player or banker makes it do that. So yeah, I'm just going to go up to 50. So $2 bet, and it seems to be going back and forth. So I'm going to bet on blue to come up this for a player to come up this time. What did I say? $2? Yeah, yeah. I'm going to assuming it's coming up on a back and forth trend here. And so far, so good. All right, so there you go. $50. So yeah, I'm gonna call that my profit for the day. Even though, like, if I was doing this for real, I would sit here longer and do this and try to get up to $200. But this is already going on for some time. Let's see how long have we been recording here. Yeah, it's already 53 minutes long. So this video is more than long enough. But I think this demonstrates very well that this seems to work pretty well. I mean, I can't guarantee that it's going to work well, but I think if follow those rules, just look at what's come up, you know, and if it's really uncertain, just bet on whatever the last thing was until you start to see a more clear pattern forming, you know. So if you start to see it going back and forth one for one or back and forth two for two or and it's an obvious thing that it's doing that or if it's just coming up player or banker, then you're just playing that trend until the trend changes, and then you're betting, you know, uh, these, but instead of just jumping back to your base bet once you've won once, you need to win twice in a row or twice out of 3 times. So, you know, if I won, lost one, then boom, I go back, wherever it happens to be on here. And obviously, I'm only making about $1. The reason that I'm stopping at 50 instead of 200 is because at this level, I'm only making anywhere from $1 to 75 cents because they take out money here for this. With the house edge. You don't win back $1 when you bet $1 here. You win a little less than $1. Um, so I'm going up very, very slowly, but I'm consistently going up. See, I consistently was able to kind of grind my way up to $50 just by playing long enough and by paying attention and making the best assessment as I can of what the trend is. And I'm exploiting the fact that Baccarat is a game that tends to generate these trends for some reason. There's got to be a mathematical reason why. I don't know what it is, but I don't have to know why it does it to know that it does do it. Because you can see that it's doing it. The fact that I'm in profit and I'm consistently edging my way up in profit. I mean, these bet levels I never got past the high. What was the highest bet that I made? $8. I don't think I went above the $8 level, and I could have went all the way up to here. And that's with where you don't just jump right back down your base bet. You got to win twice in a row, because you could lose that much. But I'm not just relying on the bet levels here. I'm also relying on trying to spot a trend and exploit it. You know, so yeah. Anyway, if you choose to do this, you do so at your own risk. But you can come here and test it for free without testing your own money and practice. I mean, without risking your own money, and then you could practice. But yeah, that's about it. I think. I think if I was to keep playing like this and I had the patience to sit here for that long, yeah, because if it took me an hour to get to $50, that means it would take me 4 hours to get to 200. But here's the thing. I'm glad I said that, because that reminds me. Now, let's say you wanted to make more on each win, than than a dollar, um, or whatever it is. You could start off at one of these higher numbers. You see, because you could extend on the Fibonacci sequence. I didn't extend it past this because the maximum bet's 500. So you can't go past that. So you're taking a bigger risk by starting off at a higher number. So instead of my base bet being 1, I could have my base bet be 13, let's say, and I'd be making $13 for, or so on every win. But then I don't have as far to go this way. But you can make money faster that way, but then you have less of a margin of error here. So if you got wider limits, if I've got everywhere, if my minimum bet's $1, and then instead of the maximum bet being 500, the maximum bet was 1,000. Well, then yeah, you could extend this on, and it would. And if you had like a bigger bankroll, But yeah, that's how you could make more faster with this method. Is just start at a higher level bet and use that as your base bet, and don't go below it. You could do that, but like I said, your bankroll comes into as a factor then, and the size of your bankroll is a factor, and the minimum and maximum bets are a factor. How much space there is between them. So, but yeah, so that's it. I'm going to stop there, and so yeah, that's it. Have a nice one. See you all later.